Greetings! Hello! Technical difficulties haunt us further, but we're here now! Yes! Sorry about last week. The land is dark and full of sorrow, but we're here now. So, let's talk about 2 weeks ago when we played some Blades in the Dark. We were at a children's birthday party, the place where the most darkness and sorrow happens. The most wonderful and incredible Esra Abagini, magician extraordinaire, slayer of dragons, was hired to entertain an incredibly criminal 10-year-old and his cabal of similarly aged miscreants, assisted by his mighty assistant. I couldn't think of a better word that means the same thing. That's how you know I haven't looked in a Thorith for a while. People are suggesting things in my ear that are not helpful, but it's okay. Monty. That was the end of that sentence. Monty, who came in as Monty the Monster, Monty the Mighty, Monty the Merciless, Monty the turned out to not actually be all that scary. Monty is not good at entertaining kids, which we learned when he was left on his own for 20 minutes to keep the kids entertained. It didn't go so hot. Monty is absolutely fine, it seems, with, like, making kids happy and keeping them smiley. Monty is not good at being scary in front of children. It goes against every fibre of his being. And Monty was unaware that he was having to push so hard against his good nature because Esra was too busy exploiting it for financial gain. Esra, who had in fact used the party as a cover to infiltrate the home of the incredibly wealthy parents of this child, crime syndicate adjacent council members, to steal an incredibly rare and valuable work of art. Now, Esra, of course, thought he was being incredibly clever, giving Monty the slip and sneaking in unnoticed. But what he didn't know was that he was observed the entire time by our fixer of things, Artie. I do remember words. Artie's pet, I could say ghost seahawk, specifically drowned falcon is actually what it is, a drowned falcon, kept its beady eyes on Esra throughout, and so Esra Esra really thinks that he managed to do everything incredibly subtly and nobody knows, and that did not happen. And actually, he thought he was so smooth, so slick, so subtle, so impossible to catch that he slipped up at the end. And Monty saw the painting too. So we find ourselves post-heist in a little debriefing area. Esra, with his cases and cases of kit and caboodle? Caboodle's not the phrase here. I couldn't think of a word for stuff what has been stolen that begins with a K sound, which I apologise. The illiterates out there will know that I am very sad. Monty, having helped Esra obviously drag everything to this safe location. Artie, having remained at the party as an honoured guest, oozing and schmoozing with various newfangled friends. But that's not the only complex thing that came out of this. You see, Esra had made a deal with Artie before the party, which was that Artie wanted to know who Ezra's information sources were, and Esra wanted information. Artie's made some friends in the direction of that information, but that information specifically, which was about the movement of goods in the Western Docks, something which absolutely should not be happening, given the city is currently shut down with plague. Well, we'll have to see where that leads, won't we? But, as we have it, as we are, as things stand, we'll just have to move over and talk to our intrepid rapscallions. Hello, everybody. We can see you now.
Hello.
So, from the top of the order, and need to move my screen so everybody's next to each other and zoom out a little bit. There we go. You can tell, as always, I'm incredibly prepared. Yes, indeedly. Starting with the top, we have, of course. Oh,
a thing.
There's a hand. What?
So, Ezra and I have decamped. We are now in a safe place with the stolen goods.
Yes, and party favors. You know, the shit that you brought with you. You brought multiple flight cases of pyrotechnics and costume parts and
there's a lot of genuine magic gear.
Yeah, and
cool.
a bear trap.
I'm holding Ezra by the front of his coat, 2 feet off the ground.
Well, I guess we should start there then. At the bottom of the order.
Good place to start.
Jay, how does Monty feel right now? Please introduce Monty and tell me, just in 5 words or less, how is he feeling?
Pissed the fuck off, bitch.
Yep.
Bitch.
That's that. You know what? I am not here to stand in front of Red Monty and tell him his feelings are not valid.
Yeah.
All right. I'm changing my music. Let's see if it works.
Tension.
Moving up the order, we have Fraser as Esra Abagini.
Aye, my feet aren't touching the ground.
That's more than 5 words.
Oh no.
Damn it.
Ended in dire peril, bitch.
Excellent. Well, I suppose then that takes us up to back up to the top. Artie, how's the party?
Well, it's starting to wind down, but the wine is still flowing, so he's having a good time.
Do you like to party, Artie?
Not particularly.
It's a real shame, that.
Not his vibe.
One question I do have for you is,
Mhm.
is Fletch back with you, or has Fletch followed the boys out of the building?
Followed.
Followed them. Okay. Which means Artie doesn't know exactly what's happened yet. Fletch has not yet reported back. But it does mean the two of you are observed. Totally out with your awareness and your knowledge.
Yep.
But there's no even way that we could possibly know, could we?
I mean, you...
Nope, he's invisible.
Yeah, and neither of you are particularly magically aware.
No. I'm the least magical possible.
You are, Ezra is in fact
Monty
exactly
as well?
0 magic.
I'm a bit magic.
You are a bit
Monty's
magic.
a bit magic.
Monty is a bit
I'm
Not
not
very.
magic.
Yeah, but Ezra
All of his
is-
magic is all the
I think
Yeah.
we described me as face starved.
Yes,
Mm.
yes, we did.
Yeah.
As
That's
in
on
the
your
inverse,
character
face
sheet.
touched.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you literally you thirsty for that magic and it just not coming.
Yeah. And
I'm
all
gonna
the
get some
magic
dice
that's
ready just in case I get
all the
punched.
magic that is flowing through Monty is purely physical.
Yes.
So like
Rage magic.
extra senses, not a thing.
like every time that a man is thirsty, it is in fact purely physical. I'm really funny. I don't know if any of you've noticed.
You know, 3D6
Um,
is probably enough. I don't think I'm gonna ever roll more than that.
That's fair. Cracking.
That's why I have
Okay.
15.
So, don't you dare roll 15d6 in this game. Holy shit, I would cry. Our camera.
I pushed myself 14 times.
Just give me a reason, motherfucker.
I do that one roll and then drop dead.
Your entire body explodes. In fact, the back of your head blows out like you're a bad guy in Fist of the North Star.
I punched through the entire planet.
Yes, indeed.
You
I
can punch
fight
the moon.
I kill a continent.
God damn it. Oh shit! That made me think of something, and now I can't remember what it was. There's a shit. No, it's gone. It's gone. A reference to like a thing where like a dude shot the moon, and then it's like there for like the rest of the series, and everybody's like, "What the fuck happened to the moon?" And there's this one dude just walking around who blew
Scott
a
Pilgrim.
massive chunk out of the moon.
Icon?
They did that in Scott Pilgrim.
I'm not
They did
thinking
that
of Scott
Trigun,
Pilgrim.
I'm pretty sure.
Might be Trigun.
I think they may have done this in a few
I'm pretty sure
Probably.
Vash the Stampede shot the moon, and then there's like a hole in the moon, and you like it gets
Yeah,
explained
there is.
in a flashback.
That might be it. To be fair, I might well be
Yeah.
thinking of Trigun.
I love
I should
Trigun.
watch Trigun.
Anyone
I should watch Trigun.
watching this, go watch Trigun. Not the new
Okay, cool.
Trigun, the original Trigun.
The new Trigun, I don't hate the new
Trigun's not that
Trigun,
bad.
I have to say. I don't hate it.
I haven't watched it because it upset me that they remade it when it was a perfect show. There was no
I mean,
flaws.
I think I
It didn't follow the manga though.
Anyway,
didn't. One of the things that
I
happens
just don't like
in
the style. It's too clean.
Fair. One of the
Sorry.
things though that happens regularly in Trigun is people getting held up by their lapels against walls, which is my super smooth segue into our camera super focus on the two hands. If I know with one hand, I feel like one hand. I feel like Monty would hold him up with one hand and draw back the other. I don't know. Where are we at?
I'm doing two hands to emphasize the point because I'm also kind of shaking him a little.
Okay, lots of
I'm gonna be smiling during this. I really need to emphasize Ezra is stone face, like straight face right now. I don't want you to think that Ezra's smiling because I am. That changes the tone of what's going on completely.
Yeah. Called acting, darling, acting.
I'm not good at it.
Role playing. We're playing the role.
I believe in you, Fraser. You can do it. And
What the
shit yourself.
fuck? What the fuck were you thinking, you little weasel?
I appreciate your concern.
I just shake. No, if he tries to talk, I just shake him.
Ugh.
These are dangerous people. These are loud people. These are scary people. You pulled me in without any fucking warning. You have any idea the danger you have put us both in?
Yes, and I apologize.
You apologize. You fucking apologize. That's going to be really bloody useful when I've got a bunch of dead kids at my feet.
Yes, I apologize for the upset that you're feeling right now. It does not feel good. He stops when you pull back. He goes, "May I talk?
One more.
Because if you're going to knock
fucking
me out,
word.
I'd rather it get done sooner rather than later."
Ezra, you are so lucky I haven't just crushed your fucking skull like a grape.
Yes. But you don't want to be Red Monty anymore. do you? I appreciate that I got one over on you and you're upset. I would be upset too.
Got one over on me. You think that's what I'm pissed about?
Don't play some moral high ground. We're all criminals here.
You haven't got a fucking clue. You haven't got a fucking clue.
Think about this, Monty. You're a man with a price on your head, right? Would that be accurate?
Yep.
If you wanted to protect those kids, you'd stay as far the fuck away from them as you could.
Don't talk about things you don't understand, boy. Don't you bloody dare.
I understand that you're upset. But don't go acting like you've not done anything worse. We run in a world of people who commit crimes. I accept the danger to my own life. If you want to kill me right now, go for it. More blood on your hands.
Monty drops Ezra.
He straightens
I'm
out the
going-
jacket.
I'm going home. And if the agents of these people, or if you come knocking at my door ever again, I will kill you.
Understood.
Monty turns around and walks out.
Esra takes a deep breath in, sort of letting out all the fear that he was holding back just then. And then goes about his business, essentially.
The camera zooms out, coming out of the safe warehouse, across empty streets, back through an evening room window, to a house where children are being put to bed, guests are being ushered out the door, and two individuals, one a roguish, tall, handsome man, the other a quiet, slight individual of indeterminate gender, begin their careful way down the streets, pausing at intersections to ensure they are not observed. Artie, in your ear, you hear a little bit of a
I'm gonna forgive you for what you've done, Robert. Good job, Lee. Good job.
Paul is arm in arm with you. Not reeling overly much. He definitely drank a lot more than you did. But generally he seems pretty chuffed with himself, I have to say. After he emotionally blackmailed you into letting him be a part of this event, he is of the opinion that things have gone rather well. He has made good friends with various individuals. He and Ishak Hafiz got on like, maybe not a house on fire, but at least like well-warmed bread. So, you know, things
Like
are
toast.
looking
Like toast.
like toast. Yeah. Just gently toasted buddies. So therefore your gently toasted brother just again, not necessarily like staggering, but in that way that like you takes like one more step than is necessary just to kind of keep himself steady. And he,
Come, brother, come on.
I'm coming, You know, Artie, I think
Hmm.
if we play our cards right, we might be able to get Mum out of the picture even sooner than we thought. You have made some excellent friends.
Come on, Paul. Time to go home.
All right.
There's work to be done.
I do hate work.
Oh, so do I. Especially when it's complicated.
You're so good at complicated. He leans on you a bit more heavily.
Yeah, well. It may just be because of my situation. Come on.
Totter Paul back back home with lots and lots to think about. In fact, I think we all have lots and lots to think about, so the camera is going to pull out once again over the city, because one of the things that I feel I have been a little remiss in our sessions together, I feel like we've focused a lot on just the minutiae of where our three misadventurers are. And we maybe haven't taken account of the broader city. So, a month goes by. Esra, you brought the art back to Natalia, who took her cut gleefully.
I imagine I never got an opportunity to talk to Artie then.
No, you tried to gain access again to the Yanis home to greet Artie, or leave messages at the Yanis safe houses that you have been granted access to, but no responses.
Interesting.
Indeed. And so you have continued. Natalia promised you that she had a buyer lined up. And indeed, the payout came very swiftly, which was delightful, and meant that you didn't have to really kind of work particularly over the following month, which is good, because they're really, once you had pulled yourself out of the little kind of enclave that you'd created for yourself, or more accurately been dragged into for the past weeks, you realized there was not really any work going at all.
Yeah.
Dropping back home, you
Or-
find Mickey pretty much going mental. You find the boys' undiagnosed ADHD just kicking into every fucking gear. Just been like, you come home and you find that all of the scrap in the art has been constructed into some kind of weird art piece of some sort, which he's hovering over with pince-nez and tweezers, like looking like a total fucking lunatic.
Okay, Mickey, idle hands and all that, but like, isn't some of this supposed to be sold?
so close. I'm so close, Ezra. It's nearly perfect. So close.
Mickey, did you take your meds?
It's
I don't need the interruption to my art.
Okay, Mickey.
Mickey, you're so
Just-
fine. You're so not.
Just he puts the safety goggles that
So
were on his forehead
he's
back
blew his
on
mind.
his eyes. And he throws a pair of like work gloves at him because he can already see he has a few like plasters on his fingers.
Yep.
And he's like, put them on, keep them on, and you can do what you want. I need a nap. For about 3 days. The last fucking few weeks I've had. Tell you, I've met some colorful characters. Looks like they might not want much to do with me from now on, but
We don't need colour here.
I got some money in.
Ezra, we don't need colour. We just need chrome.
yeah, I can see you're more a fan of
Mono.
chrome and
Chrome.
rust brown. All right, mate.
I was really proud of that.
You'll snap out of it
In about a month.
I'll go
maybe,
buy
we'll
some.
see.
I'll go buy some bourbon, and you'll feel better. But I go upstairs to my loft above the carriage and go to sleep.
Very sensible. Monty, you're a little bit more used to the seclusion, but much as Mrs. Doherty's winning at the fighting has meant more money to deck the place out a bit, and obviously that little bit of extra help from the Yanis family to make sure that that was done, it doesn't change the fact that the majority of supplies are done by government rationing. Now,
Yes.
yes. And that is a carefully organized affair. It is something where,
Yeah.
when done, it involves you going out heavily masked, maintaining 10-foot distance from the other people, taking what you're given, and then going, with any fuss being answered with sharp violence. Artie...
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, sorry.
No.
I had things to say.
Go for it.
Yeah. Monty has spent a lot, in light of that, Monty has spent a lot of his time over this month building a shed with the kids so that they can start trying to grow things. Because he is he's pitching it to them as kind of like a fun little garden project.
Yeah.
But in the back of his mind, he's like, I don't know how long this quarantine is going to last, and I don't trust the council to not cut us off at the bottom first.
Very fair. Good to be prepared. Artie, you are probably in the best position of the three because your family still has a degree of underground operations, but the majority of the front-facing business has ground to a halt. Like, there is nothing going on. It is just, it is just fleeces, robberies, anything that was, protection rackets, all of that is off the table. And a lot of the minor crooks, who were employed by the family, or on occasion, a few of them unfortunately parts of the family, are very much cooling their heels and needing managed. Something that, Paul's great with the keeping the morale of the troops and, talking them off of cliff edges, but somebody's got to find some of these kids something to do at some point, because people are starting to go a little bit crazy. A lot of these people didn't have a lot of hobbies beyond beating up folk and drinking, and they have found that drinking alone in your house is not as fun as drinking with your friends. Now,
I wonder.
a month has passed. Plague houses, or houses where instances of transformation caused by the phantasm plague are marked with a black X. Bodies have been dragged out of houses. Creatures have been found screaming in the night. The law has changed its keepers, where previously the bluecoats were the standard form of the law. Specifically, in fact, led by the dedicated investigative branch, the Koruma, they are never to be seen. Their forces are simply not apparent. Instead, the body men who used to be tasked with removal and disposal of the dead in general can be found marching through the street in squads of 8 or 10, gloved, masked, and hooded, armed with flamethrowers and other types of magic impervious technologies. These being cold iron and quicksilver. Things that harm Fae. Fae who were previously associated with particular areas, objects and locations within the city, such as the Nereids of the docks, the Dryads of the inner mangrove swamps and further into the island behind the city. Fae who had become associated with particular monuments have either been forced away, killed, or have become so very protective of the place they guard and jealous that it is no longer safe for any human to go near. Resources are scarce. Ships cannot sail, partly because, at first, because of the ban regarding the plague, and later because of sirens and other water fae refusing to allow passage. The city is dangerous. The bread lines are based entirely on what food stores the city had in place for situations like this. Plague precautions being essential in any island nation. But they cannot last forever. And many of the wealthier families are painfully aware of this and hoarding what resources they themselves had gathered before the plague jealously. This plague has been going on now for nearly 2 months. I think for slightly over 2 months. People were not expecting any of this to last this long, and we are no closer to finding the source of this scourge. that is the state we find the city in. As we bring our camera back in to a knock on Artie's study door. Knock, knock, knock.
Mm. Come in.
Hart enters and he goes,
Yes.
Magus Yanis. That catches your ear. Hart never calls you by your title. You have visitors.
Pray tell who?
Hart steps aside from the door and two gentlemen enter. One very clearly dressed in blue coat livery, that of your average run-of-the-mill constable. The other is decked out somewhat finer. Inspector's stripes on one shoulder, and a badge at his belt. He has close cropped hair and a haggard face. He steps forward confidently, offering his hand, and goes, Detective Everett Reese, charmed to make your acquaintance, Magus.
Charmed, I'm sure. Please. Artie shakes the hand. Take a seat.
Don't mind if I do. He sits down in the other chair.
I tidy away some of my papers.
The constable stands to the back, arms crossed over, or hands clasped in front, assuming a watchful, at ease stance. His face is,
And I have Hart behind me doing the same.
yeah, his face is unremarkable. Reese, however, lounges with every air of relaxation, crossing one leg over the other and steepling his fingers. I understand, Magus Yanis, that your family's shipping interests have suffered dreadfully in this time of plague, like many others, I am assured. How are you coping?
Well, we're law-abiding citizens. I'm sure you can imagine how we are coping.
An interesting way of phrasing it, certainly, certainly. Most of the law-abiding citizens I've met have been getting appallingly drunk and making total asses of themselves. You seem to be a slightly better class of law-abiding citizen.
Well, I'm not one to fritter away what resources I have left. It is important to think of the future. Would you not agree, Constable?
Inspector.
My apologies.
I'm a generous man. Today
What brings
I
you
shall
to my
forgive
door?
I have some questions. I'm given to understand that, hang on, this is where I go and grab names again, because I am very prepared.
It would appear that you understand what, sir?
I'm given to understand that, Councillor Aberneth did not throw a birthday party a month ago for his 10-year-old son. Would you know anything about that?
No, because it didn't happen.
Quite. And if, that is to say, an unlawful gathering of many people from different households in times of plague, in fact, did not happen. I also realise I should have said this at the beginning, both the inspector and the constable are masked.
Yeah.
Then certainly I would never seek to ask you about the identities of any of the individuals who did not attend said party.
Reese, was it?
Everett Reese. Pleasure.
Mr. Reese.
Inspector.
You will forgive me.
Reese,
I am...
Thank you. We should really maintain formality here.
Quite. I am a straightforward person. Ask your questions properly.
Councillor Aberneth has made clear to the Kuruma that a certain piece of art in his home has gone missing. This was noticed when the councillor, upon admiring the piece in its location in his rear drawing room, did note that the fey resin sealant encasing the piece had begun to peel.
Peel?
Peel.
My apology, your diction. Please continue.
As I'm sure
Inspector Everett Reese.
As I'm sure a magus of your education is aware, fey resin does not peel.
No, it does not.
No. Hence the belief that the piece of art in question either was a forgery when purchased or was replaced with one at a time when people may have had access to his home. We are only beginning to make our inquiries now, as the revelation was only discovered recently. So we would be most appreciative of any information that you might be able to pass on to us, with the full understanding that any names mentioned to us with discretion would, of course, discreetly have never happened. Is that clear enough?
Inspector, you concern me. Am I to understand that there was a party during a pandemic, if you will? That's very serious.
Absolutely not. Of course not, Magus. That would be illegal. And as we all know, the council are above reproach in such elements. We, the humble Kuruma, are merely servants of the council. We do our best to uphold the council's law. And so the council themselves must be above reproach. If anything comes to mind, then you two would naturally also be above reproach.
Well, let us work together then the best we can. If I were to come across any information that may appear on my desk, what perchance would be the best way to contact you?
Trying his best.
At the present moment, I don't know anything, but I'm sure I can look into this endeavour if you wish.
I would be much obliged of you, Magus Yanis. Reese reaches into
Yes,
his...
you would, Inspector Everett Reese.
I'm really enjoying this. Reese reaches into his inside breast pocket and pulls out not like a... trying to think how to describe it. Like, you know when you go into like a supermarket or a charity shop and there's a wee community board and there's be something that says something like guitar lessons and then we tear off strips at the bottom.
A Philodex card.
Basically, yes. So it's essentially one of those, which he passes to you. As you take it, you feel Fletch on your shoulder give a little shiver, which indicates that there is a spell of some kind on the paper. You'd need to investigate it further to find out what the spell is, but you can surmise it's probably something to do with contacting the detective. You can always get a hold of me with this. In the meantime, an absolute pleasure. We can see ourselves out. Thank you for your time.
There you go. May I have the constable's name too? I believe it's important to know who I've been talking to, not just yourself, Inspector Everett Reese.
Jay. Give me a false name.
I actually had one written down for this. Callus.
Howard.
You said Callus.
Callus. Callas.
Constable Callus. Right. Absolutely. Reese indicates colleague, Constable Callus here. A most steadfast colleague.
Quite. Well,
You know.
gentlemen, thank you very much for your time, and I do wish you the best of luck in this endeavour. It will be challenging, especially during these times. Artie pulls out a handkerchief to cover his mouth and then goes to shake the hand again.
They shake, and the two policemen exit.
Artie goes over to his cabinet, gets some vodka and pours it on his hands and washes.
Very sensible.
Not because of the plague, just because they were cops.
Yeah, just because they're cops. Outside, Detective Reese and Constable Callus do much the same, but they do wait until they're a couple of streets away before Reese turns to his colleague, pull up my notes again, and says, "So, Ethan, what do you think?"
Well, I mean, the Yanis's are clearly dirty, but I don't know if they're just scrabbling to maintain themselves, or if he was genuinely stupid enough to facilitate a break-in. But Artie Yanis doesn't strike me as stupid.
No, he doesn't strike me as stupid either. Inscrutable, maybe. I've certainly heard a lot of things about him as a up-and-comer.
Athen reaches into his coat and withdraws a small leather-bound book and begins taking notes in his own little private cipher. Now, the interesting thing would be to find out who our dear Artie has been employing of late. Of course, there's his faithful dog's body, Heart. There's that drowned falcon, which
Gives you the heebie-jeebies.
isn't
So it
anywhere.
does.
Well, it's not anywhere nearby now. No. What we really need to do is find out who was at that party, who wasn't on the guest list. The painting was famous and large.
Yes.
Try and sneak it out the front door would be beyond daring and into stupid. Which means you'd need someone who had a right to bring in a way to conceal it. If it was cut from the frame, which, if it was,
Couldn't have been cut from the frame
Why
because
would-
of the resin. That, I'm assuming, is why it appears to have been
Ooh.
moved wholesale.
Well, exactly. And a painting that big, you need to be able to get it out quickly and under some kind of cover. The Bluecoats are awful, but even they would have
Thanks.
noticed large. Please. You're no more a Bluecoat in reality than I am a glassblower.
Well, there is a small degree of truth to that, once one climbs up the ranks a degree. But we're getting off topic. Realistically, we've interviewed all of the staff, and although plenty of them have certain needs to be suspicious of, and of course his royal councilness himself is certainly not above reproach, there's not much we can do with that.
We are swimming in motives. The really interesting thing is that it's been a month, and and forgery was discovered
2 days ago.
2 days ago. 2 days ago.
2 days ago. You don't.
There's been no mention of it.
You don't
There's
think?
been no mention of any kind of runs.
No, which suggests that it was
So he's not
taken.
trying.
Suggests that it was taken with a buyer already in place, which is why, and this is one of the things I want you to go and look into. My hands are tied here. You've heard the whisperings about movement of goods on the western dock, in spite of curfew.
I have.
I wonder if the two aren't possibly linked. It would take an awful lot of money to be worth risking that. And the only things worth that kind of money right now would be this painting or food.
And for a painting this famous, this large, and this hard to conceal, you would have to be bloody stupid to keep it in the city, which means that not only is there a buyer for such a famous artwork,
They're offshore.
they have a way past the sirens.
See, now you've got my interest. Go prove your theory. Bring it back to me, and if we've got something, I will get boots on the ground.
Athen walks away. And as soon as the corner has been turned, he quickly jerks off the blue coat constable uniform, flicks the coat inside out, pulls it back on. It is now a simple, elegant, dark grey. The helmet comes off with a small pull of a cord inside. It flattens and folds and disappears into one of many, many pockets. And within 3 strides, the man that was talking to Inspector Everett Reese is no longer Constable Vladislav Callas. He is a simple gentleman, masked and disappearing into the shadows.
What a delight. Wonderful. Excellent. Delightful. Indeed. Ezra,
Yes.
times have been, under normal circumstances, times would have been good. You are swimming in money that you can't spend or do anything with.
Yep.
You are, in fact, just as confined to the bread lines as every other citizen in the city. And it is wearing just as thin on you as it is on Mickey. Yeah. Tell me,
Occasionally,
what have you been getting up to the last month that's been getting ever so slightly more, kind of erratic as you go?
I think I occasionally manage to use some of the coin to get like a cheap bottle of bourbon in with my black market connections essentially.
Yeah.
But even the black markets at this point are out of food. It really is thin goings for everyone.
Yep.
But there's an endless supply of booze.
I mean, that there is. Booze is one of the few things that can be easily produced within the city. Although the city
So
is...
we've been drinking our troubles a little bit.
That's fair.
For better or for worse. And I've come to essentially there's an old beaten down car that's been in the corner of the scrapyard for ages, and I'm just looking for parts to see if I could fix it. That's what I've been doing for the past month. Not much else to do. Can't go anywhere,
That's very fair.
Can't really do much. Just keeping my head down, basically.
Absolutely.
And relaxing, feeling really good and safe.
Yeah. I think that seems very sensible. Nice to feel safe occasionally. So yeah, absolutely. Which means that when you get a knock at the door at 1 a.m, you weren't expecting someone to come by for an alcohol delivery tonight. That seems maybe a little bit suspect.
I slide down the ladder that leads to the loft, and I Mickey's raising his head. I'm like, go back to sleep.
Goes back to sleep.
I look through the peephole.
You see,
there's 4 locks on this door as well.
You see, you don't see my dog, but you should do because she's.
I don't see your dog, unfortunately.
I'm so sorry. She's beautiful. But she's just come to demand
Is it me?
attention.
Is it you?
Is it me?
Hang on. Does everybody want to see? Does everybody want to see Lyra?
Yes.
Okay. Right.
Dog break!
Shish
Okay.
kebab.
This is look at my phone and my keyboard. Hello. This is
Hello.
my girl, Lyra.
Why is that Lyra?
God. Quickly read all the notes on the screen.
Yeah, I was gonna read all the notes.
Do you think there are notes on that screen?
Fair enough.
I did with your big.
It's his fucking shopping list.
Oh, you've got
I also
fucking
can't read it anyway.
dirt all
Yeah.
down your nose, puppy. All down your nose. My screen just went to sleep because I'm so busy paying attention to you and not playing the game that I'm supposed to be playing. Right.
I'm really tempted to go and boop Theo and bring him in for this. Just be like, pet break.
That was very cute. That was very cute. She was like, I see your boop, and I raise you a snoot. Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Oh, it's your girl, just your girl, just your girl. This is gonna be the clip, by the way. This is gonna be like the whole stream.
This is gonna be the clip.
Yeah, nothing important's happened except for this one bit where we just booped the snoot of the puppy.
The only clip that's important is this part.
It is in fact. It is.
Just a looping gif of Chris just petting Lyra's snoot.
It is in fact. All right, let's get back to it. Let's get back to it. Let's pretend to be doing things. He said.
Booze delivery, 1 a.m.
Booze delivery.
Who do I see for the people?
You see a flash of blonde. You see a flash of blonde wavy hair. The knock comes again.
Do I recognize this person?
I mean, you just saw a flash of blonde wavy hair. That's all you saw.
So they're really close to the people,
Yeah,
or they're hiding from me on purpose.
yeah.
Who's there?
Sorry. Everybody's messaging me. It's me. Let me the fuck in now before another fucking patrol comes by. You prick. It is unmistakably Natalia.
Pull my key out. I unlock one, unlock the other, slide the 2 bolts, take off the chain, and open the door. Yeah. Sort of step out the way.
She
Let her in.
She steps in rapidly.
I close the door and I lock the 2 and I slide the 2 bolts. I put the chain back on.
Jesus.
What are you doing here?
I have come because I have a desperate job.
Desperate job.
Yes, I don't know if you've noticed, but food is becoming a little scarce.
Yeah, I've noticed.
Well, I found some.
Oh.
You remember what I said to you a month ago about movement in the Western Docks?
Yes. Of course.
Well, I found out more. You know that councilman I mentioned, Matthias?
Yeah.
Well, he's been stockpiling grain and spices and other dry foods, seems, for years. He's got some kind of bizarre operation going on down there. There's been alchemical solutions and weird deliveries of stones and metals, just the kinds of things which individually for a merchant are fine, but all to the one merchant, all to the same area, and without clear trails of any of it moving out of his warehouses. It's all just sitting there. I have spent the last 2 weeks going through manifestos of his shipments that I've managed to get hold of, and none of it makes sense. That man has something going on there, and that something apparently involves him stockpiling food like it were gold bullion.
Okay, I mean, I could do a break-in until, like, gather intel, right? Let you know what's going on in there. But I'm not gonna be able to plan a heist if I don't know the shape and size of what we're looking at.
This is. We just need to know what's going on, Ezra. And I haven't got anyone else good enough to get in there and get out safely.
Okay. What do you know about the warehouse? Security guards.
I know what I've been able to observe. It appears to be primarily guarded by his personal guard. They're there in force.
Right.
It seems that they're concentrated over a series of around 6 warehouses, all owned by Matthias. One of the 6 warehouses appears to have activity that goes on late into the night. Now, Matthias, like all of the council members, has gained special dispensation to keep his guards patrolling his property, to keep it safe from the populace. But I think
Naturally.
there may be clear access via the roof.
Okay, I'll give it a go, but I'm gonna play it safe.
Safe
Alright,
is
the last...
good, but I need
There's quite a lot of
to
heat
know
on the
what's
last one. We don't really know what's going on, and if I get caught, I could get done in for the last job.
No one's found you for the last job. Reese is on it, and he's suspicious as ever, and obviously, you know, your number 1 fan. But aside from him, no one else is on your case.
I mean, when isn't Reese on something I've done? Let's be honest. It's been, what, a decade?
Well, he, at least he appreciates your craft. I don't fucking...
Yeah, I preferred it when no one took him seriously, though. You
Well,
know?
then he just had to...
Go up in the ranks,
Yes, he did have to become a detective inspector.
naturally.
You need
But-
to pick your,
You know, he hasn't caught me so far,
This is
so...
true, but if you could pick your nemesis a little more carefully next time, it would save me a lot of bother.
Yes, yes. I'll try my best.
Right. She unslings a shoulder bag that she's been carrying. Says, "This is the notes I've taken, sketches of the layout, and as best a map as I can put together for you. Don't,
He unrolls the map and he goes, "Whew, you're too good to me."
Ezra.
And he's just like looking over it, memorizing it. Huh?
This is important. Okay? This isn't just our usual, you know. So be careful. And don't die.
Yes, yes. Keep it safe, in and out. Backup plans on backup plans.
Okay. Well,
I'm not playing it risky like last time. I almost got my skull caved in.
Well, that's information I didn't need to hear. And on that note, I'm gone. My best to Mickey
Apologies.
when he wakes
He
up.
unlocks the doors again. Will do.
Bye.
I think Mickey's like half awake and goes, eh.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Lovely.
And I lock all the doors again.
Indeed. Artie. Later that day, after your distinguished and only slightly rattling visit from Detective Inspector Reese, you receive another guest. Well,
I like to heart.
this one. Well, this one actually is one that's a little bit more a little bit more welcome. I'm not sure. Hart gives the standard knock, not that we have an important person outside knock.
Come.
Hart enters. Boss, one of your tunnel people is here.
Okay.
Can we show him in?
Privately. Make sure they're not seen.
Not been seen at all. I'll take them to the private smoking room.
Very good.
Okay.
Artie kind of stands up. Tightens the back of the waistcoat a bit and absent-mindedly fixes their sleeves. Decides to take in some fresh air.
Seems very sensible. Right. I take it that you make your way through paths unseen to the private smoking room. A hidden room behind a locked bookcase in the ground floor of the Yanis estate. A room exclusively used for very private meetings. Inside, you see a small, kind of lumpy figure in dusty clothes. Fingering their hat nervously.
Hello, friend. How are we this evening?
It snaps up straight and goes, yes, boss, sir.
At ease. At ease. There's enough stress in the world at the moment.
His eyes never stop flickering around the room. Well, it's just, I've got a message for you, boss. And he shakily holds out
Okay.
a piece of paper.
I wave for Hart to take it.
Hart reaches out, takes the
Hold
piece of
it for me.
paper, opens it, inspects it, sniffs it, licks it, reads it.
Bops it.
Bobs it, twists it, flicks it. Absolutely. It looks like it's from Councillor Matthias. Oh shit.
Hold it out for me to read.
He holds it out to you. It reads, "To my dearest Magus Yanis. These tunnels..."
He cringes at the use of maggots.
I know. These tunnels really are quite a marvel. It... Oh, shit. It brought
I think
me...
the writing's a bit smudged here.
Yeah, it brought me great joy to encounter one of your messengers patrolling these subterranean halls. It seems we might have some aligning interests. It would, if you would do me the great honor of attending my warehouses in the West Port tomorrow evening, then I would hope we might discuss a bit of business. 'Business? 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 '
never really cared for the name Mother gave me. Or the position, to be frank with you. When did you receive this note?
It were given to our, it were given to our Tommy, yesterday. No, sorry, today, this morning, 3 o'clock in the morning.
Artie pulls out his pocket watch to see what time it is just now.
4 or 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Are you still having difficulties down there?
It's not smooth, boss. We're trying to encourage some of the other enclaves to partake in your hospitality. But they're a bit nervous, see. So we're still having to take some of the longer routes round.
I'll need to redouble my efforts down with them then. Thank you for bringing that to my attention.
Heart season out.
Yes. What do you make of this heart?
Same as anything, boss. I mean, it's a shame that we got Rumble, but I mean, he's clearly got something to trade, and we need the business. Reckon your mother
It does
would be
give me
grateful.
cause for concern, given that fucking idiot's escapades.
Well, there is that also, I guess.
How has the watch been on him, perchance? Any revelations?
Hasn't moved.
Make sure it gets harder for him to get some booze. I know he's been indulging of late out of boredom.
I think we can manage that, boss. And so, we have our heist, everybody. We have our next big score. 3 different people with 3 different objectives. 1 big old warehouse. What do we reckon?
There may be trouble ahead.
That's the one.
Here we go.
Here we fucking
This is gonna
go.
end with me getting shot in the back of the head.
I mean,
Just this whole game.
yeah. I think
Yeah.
that
Kind
would
of deserved it.
Oh, I'm so sorry that my thief character stole something from you.
Okay.
Well, I'm certainly looking forward.
Marvelous. Well,
Hi, I'm the unknown element.
Johnny's playing both sides so that he always ends up on top.
in it just. So, if you
Typical.
watch
Typical.
if you are on the Patreon, then you will have seen our post credits tea with crimes, and you will know that Monty overindulged somewhat in his vice at the end of last session, and so is actually out of action, which has brought us Athan Heliask, a little guest character to play, which is one of the things I love about. I'm going to take this wee second to back. One of the things I love about Blades in the Dark is there's just legitimately so when you overindulge, there's a random occurrence table that you can roll if you want to, and one of the options is just straight up this character cannot play in the next session. You have to bring in a random. You have to bring in a new character. So if you've ever played D&D and be like, damn, I can't wait for my current character to die because I've got 5 more backup characters I want to play, this is the game for you. It's just a great time.
Blades has a mechanic for
We have a mechanic for that. So yes, let's do some preparation. Okay. Well, let's start with the new character then. Athan, you have been tasked by a detective within the Kuruma, the advanced police plus, police pro, if you will, to go and investigate the goings on in the Western Docks, specifically around movement of cargo and goods, with an eye to locating a certain piece of smuggled, stolen art. How do you prepare?
Athan will prepare in the same way he does most things, in that he will take some time to observe, go as unnoticed as possible in the area, and just watch.
Okay, now that is going to be difficult because, again, there is no general populace. Nobody is, in theory, no one is supposed to be working around there.
Yes, but there are police patrols.
Well, there are bodymen patrols.
Bodymen. Yes, and there's always somebody hanging around. The thing is with Athan is that he's preparing in 3 ways. There are 3 things he's doing.
Yeah.
There's his observations, where he is concealed, writing in his little notebook. There's a couple of little visits he's paying. Which we will flash back to later. And then, of course, there is finally the disguise. Once he has gotten an observation of the people who are working at the docks, he gets a feel. He knows how to construct a persona.
Okay.
And so his approach, which is by the playbook, deception, is he is going to disguise himself as a dock worker. And just add himself on to the people that are doing these little bits of work in and around that they're not supposed to.
Okay. So that. Okay, well that I think brings us to, much like our very first session, the fact that each of us are essentially engaging in a different kind of score.
3 heists, baby!
Yup. So,
You thought the crew was together? No.
The crew will never be together.
They
The
are
crews you made, the one you made along the way.
There will be no cohesion.
absolutely none. Why would we engage in cohesion? Don't be daft. Right. Just trying to find. Here we go. So, in which case, right? So that no, hang on. You said 3 ways. I feel like I may have jumped the gun there. So,
Observation.
Yep.
There's a couple of little visits.
Yep.
And constructing a disguise.
Okay. Well then, of the 6 options for the type of score you are planning to engage in. That sounds to me
Just
like yours
very
is
fucking away.
well, stealth or deception, trespass unseen, or lure, trick, and manipulate.
I think I'm going more with deception because I'm
Right.
more trying to trick than I am to be well. No, let's go. Let's go with stealth. Let's go with
Stealth?
stealth because I'm going to try some more stealth things later.
Okay, well then we need to pick for you a point of infiltration. So let's do a little bit of your prep work. And let's see how that goes. So, you spend your days, remember you've not got a lot of time for this. This is essentially...
No, this is
Yeah.
this is not how Athan likes to operate.
Mhm.
He is very much one for observing his target and gathering as much information as possible to fully round out his investigation.
Okay.
There's a bit more slapdash than he likes to be, but he's prepared for this. He's ready.
Was it? In fact, actually, that's a very good point. Sorry, I jumped the gun a little bit there. Athan doesn't technically have a deadline on this. The other two kind of do.
No, he doesn't.
So actually, Athan can take his time a little bit. Again, one definitely has a deadline. The other is going to be given an arbitrary deadline by me. But Athan essentially is kind of just like there and engaging. So tell me.
And we all coincidentally choose to do the same day.
Yes, that's exactly what's going to happen, Fraser.
Yes.
Okay.
So
You
yeah.
can-
So then I think what's actually happening.
You can try and dodge this as much as you like, but I will railroad you into.
I don't want to
making
dodge
this
it. It's so good. It's so good.
Yeah.
So-
Yep. Just to make that fit a little bit better,
Mhm.
we can say that that Athan is still very much in the observation stage.
Yeah, I'm happy with that. So let's talk
Yes,
about the
sir.
first night, because the first night Athan really
Yeah.
does have to himself.
Mm.
So let's role play it out a little bit. So, as the sun begins to fade, over the horizon, and the electric lights flicker on with their dirty yellow fluorescence. The docks are quiet as the grave, aside from semi-regular patrols of liveried guards with the badge of Councillor Matthias on their shoulders and backs.
Athan is he has spent the day indulging other leads and engaging in other potential sources. Again, this is just setting framework up so I can go flashback later.
Yep.
He is not actually on the docks themselves.
Okay.
Now, this is a very Mediterranean kind of style, a very kind of archipelago.
Yes.
So, would it be like in a lot of those kind of harbors, you get a tall tower, a bell tower usually.
Yep. So the docks are broad. They essentially take up entire portions of the city's coast, because the city being an island, its kind of edges are broad, allowing for large volumes of shipping to pass through it. It is an essential stopping point between the two major continents. As such, there are bell towers spaced between, say, every 10 berths or so. There's a bell tower, whose job is to signal by bell ringing to the central square, the arrival of ships. There are codes for each kind of ring,
Yeah.
So the arrival of ships, the success of their, if they returned with, kind of what was promised, the quality. That's the main things that they
So-
signal. So safe return, safety and quality of cargo.
So, with there being the regular patrols of Councilman Matthias's men, it wouldn't be that hard for Athen to work out the general area he's supposed to be keeping an eye on. He's
Yeah.
not in the nearest bell tower to that. He's
Okay.
in the next one.
Okay.
He's up the next one with a spyglass and his little book.
Okay.
Because, as he theorizes, because again he believes Matthias is not an idiot,
Mm.
there will be there will be the obvious men in livery going around who
Yeah.
are making more of a statement piece.
Mm.
And if they've got any bloody sense at all, there will be someone in that nearest bell tower being very, very quiet and very unobserved.
Well, give me a roll and we'll see if we can locate them.
Okay.
You've got a pretty good idea of where they are, so yeah, give me a roll.
Yeah. I'm gonna go with survey for this one.
Okay. Yeah.
Because I'm trying to think like what the reason he's up this bell tower is because with his spyglass is he's keeping an eye on the general movements. He's getting a broad view before he narrows it down.
Okay. Observing the situation and anticipating outcomes.
Absolutely.
All right. Yes. Yep. I'm happy to go with that. Yeah. I'll say that there's no real risk, so you're rolling from a controlled position. Go for it.
Yeah. All right. Okay. That's a double six.
Okay. That I think might be our first crit of the entire
Second.
campaign. What?
Second.
Second?
Crit.
Crit.
Yep.
Crit. Oh yeah, we got one in the
Pretty
fighting
sure-
pit, didn't we?
I'm pretty sure the other one was mine as well.
I think it might have
When
been.
you punched that guy so hard he turned
Yep.
into a dragon.
You did in fact
Yep,
punch that
I
guy
punched
so
that guy
hard
so
he
hard
turned
he
into a
turned
dragon.
Yeah. So we are just like Athan is.
Athan is like a ghost. In fact, no, Athan is not like a ghost. Athan is like a part of the wall. Invisible and silent and still and facing all. Through
A great
his,
fan of Midsummer's Night Dream.
Indeed. Through his lamp blackened telescope, the spy spots his quarry. Two armed men in the next bell tower over, each wielding pretty advanced looking weaponry, frankly. Kind of the kind of guns that really would make someone who was into that kind of thing really jealous. The kind of guns clearly used more commonly on the continents, where that type of warfare is more common, than on a peaceful merchant city, where the types of weaponry that would be carried on ships would be more likely to be used against sea monsters. This stuff's for killing people, and it looks sleek
The
and
type of
lethal.
weapon that someone would have to pay through the nose for.
Oh yeah.
And makes a little note in his little book.
The other things that you notice is that they are... Athan's a professional. Athan's been working in this field for a long time. You got a crit, so you're getting a lot of information here. These two
We'll put that.
don't look like guards. these are not the kind of people you pay to sit in a money truck, cooling their heels and playing cards. You know, these aren't window dressing. These guys are focused. Much like their weapons, these guys look like they mean business.
These are not powerful weapons put in the hands of amateurs. These are professional killers.
Yeah.
The kind that cost a lot of money.
Abso-fucking-lutely. And also not the kind of people that you randomly put overseeing a warehouse during a plague for no reason.
Absolutely not. Athan makes another little note in his little book.
Other than that, it is... You observe basically the same things that Natalia observed. You notice that of the cluster of 6 warehouses owned and operated by Councillor Matthias, you notice that liveried guards patrol fairly regularly. They patrol in 4s. Clearly, you know, taking this seriously. Again, that's a lot of money to protect things, particularly when there isn't any business happening at the moment. There is no money flowing in and out of the city. So he's paying these people with something, and that's a lot of people. And one of the warehouses, very specifically, in this case the northernmost warehouse, appears to have activity going on late into the night, with things only quieting down when the morning sun comes up.
Okay.
Okay. I'm willing... In fact, you know what? I'm willing to give you one...
You want to give me more?
I'm going to give you one more thing.
Yay!
One of the things that we have talked about in this game on a degree, it comes in fits and starts, but it has, I like to think I've kept it relatively important and relevant, is that some people have fairy blood and some people don't. This comes from centuries of human and fae cohabiting and commingling. For some people, their blood is very prevalent. For some people, it's quite far distant. Does Athan have any fae lineage?
Athan does.
Okay.
But it's not coming into play here.
Towards the end of the night, maybe an hour before the sun rises, Athan, who of course, as a staunch professional, has not let his focus slip once, feels almost a kind of tugging on his potently honed senses. A kind of fluttering distraction on the edge of consciousness. And he can't tell where it's coming from. No sooner has it come than it goes. That's what you get on a crit.
Athan makes another note in his little book, but in a different section this time.
Okay. So, for Athan, I think we're pretty there for stealth. So, point of infiltration, or in this case I'm willing to say observation, depending on what you want to do on your second night. You have observed the guards, you have observed the security, both visible and hidden. You have observed the workings, you have observed the routines. How does Athan wish to infiltrate?
Athan will be playing to his strengths. And as much as concealment among the shadows and being observing while unobserved is very much in his wheelhouse, there is nothing that plays to him quite like becoming someone else.
Okay.
He is going to get himself. He is going to disguise himself as one of the workers. With the understanding that guards have very closely controlled shifts. Hired killers have no shifts at all, which makes them even more dangerous. Workers, especially during this kind of plague, you get who you can.
Now, from his observations, Athan at no point saw any workers entering or exiting the warehouses.
That
He saw
that
the signs
changes
that
things.
he saw the signs that there were people working, but he did not see any workers enter or exit.
In that case, I think what Athan will be doing will be engaging in Athan's gonna sneak in.
Alright, okay.
He's gonna sneak in with a persona in mind in case he gets caught.
Okay. How do you intend to sneak in, Athan? There's the roof, there's the doors.
Oh, no self-respecting spy uses the door.
Okay, going in by the roof?
Not when he is. Oh, yes.
Delightful.
Yeah. He is going to slip across the roof. But there will be. I would like to engage a flashback to give myself an advantage on this.
Okay.
I don't think you're breaking in right now, right? Is Drooper's planning?
No, we're about to roll
just
the engagement roll.
Yes, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to influence the engagement roll.
That's
Right, okay.
absolutely fine.
I thought you were like, I'm gonna do it right now, break in right now.
This is to influence my engagement so that I can get a little bit of a closer look as to what's going on.
Okay. Right. Hang on.
Okay. I would like to bribe someone.
Oh, okay.
But not in the way you're thinking.
What?
Yeah. What I will do on my approach, because I'm not approaching on the first night.
No.
On my approach to the second night, I will be paying somebody. More precisely, I will be. It's not that I'm offering a bribe. It's that I'm calling in a tip.
Okay.
I am calling in a tip to the blue coats that there is a particular. Because here's the thing: blue coats are loud.
Yes.
They are police. They are loud. and I'm telling them that there is going to be some kind of illicit smuggling deal, some kind of alcohol smuggling deal going on at this precise time at the docks. At the entrance to the docks. Far away from where I am. Because I think a bunch of bloody bluecoats with lanterns showing up and causing a ruckus will draw enough attention. I highly doubt they'll be able to get in, and if they do, more power to me. Because then suddenly my adversaries have far more pressing and obvious things to occupy their time.
Okay.
That's my last bit of prep.
All right.
That's what I'm doing. That's my last thing before I go in. They have a time, like it's happening at this time on the dot. Go and be loud.
Delightful. Okay.
Oh, actually, can I actually change it a little bit?
Sure.
It's not a tip. It's an order, and I'm faking Reese's handwriting on the written order.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
I'm making Reese's handwriting on the order, which means I'm giving advice to a squad to show up and cause a problem.
Okay.
You've written a fake warrant.
I've written a fake warrant. Yeah,
You can
I've
come in
written
at
a
this
fake warrant
time.
and internal memo. Like
Yeah.
I've written out the orders to the bluecoats. Whether or not they have the legal jurisdiction, I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
And
Right.
yeah.
Okay. So.
but
Reese is gonna get in trouble.
Okay. So.
I don't actually care.
Hang on. So a
I
squad.
love that.
So a squad of bluecoats are gonna come and make noise at the. Okay.
They're basically going to attempt a small raid.
On these warehouses.
No,
Where?
Just the docks in
on
general.
the warehouses next door.
On the warehouses next door.
They're going to make a big loud noise away from what I'm looking at.
Okay. Okay.
This is a distraction.
All right. Okay.
This idea has slightly gotten away from me.
Okay. Right. You know what? You know what? The fuck what? You know what? No, I'm gonna fold that into your engagement roll. That's what I'm gonna do. You're not getting a bonus.
I would really like
folding
you to,
that
yeah.
in.
Okay.
Okay. So, okay. 1D for sheer luck.
Yep.
Is this operation particularly bold or daring?
It is now.
I think so.
If it wasn't before.
Overly complex or contingent on many factors? I think it's kind of simple. Bang over there, sneak in. That's like...
Yeah, it's the prep has been complicated, but the actual execution of the thing itself
Yeah.
is simple.
Does the plan's detail expose
yeah.
the vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest?
I would say yes,
I would have
because
to agree.
bringing in actual law enforcement raises official problems.
Yeah. Can any of your friends or contacts provide aid or insight to this operation? Technically, Reese is providing the aid and insight of you forging his signature.
I am happy for you to not count that one, because he's not providing the insight. I'm stealing something from him.
Yeah.
Fair. I mean,
I'm
what
stealing
I was
his authority. I'm nicking his authority is what I'm doing.
That's fair.
You could accept it with a compensation.
No, because I was just going to take it straight back off by saying enemies or rivals, because actually Esra might be taking the exact same route in, and that's going to get complicated. Which I'm so excited for.
It's gonna be fun.
It's going to be great.
We'll see.
Um,
It'll be really funny if we both end up on the roof. We're like,
Yep. The Spider-Man
You
meme.
break it in? Oh yeah,
It's
me
so
too.
But you
alright.
two haven't met each other.
Yeah, they
We're gonna
have.
become
Exactly.
best friends.
Okay.
That's
You have.
you think.
That's-
That's what you think, Ezra.
That is 3d6, Jay.
Oh yes. Sounds good at this.
What's your roll? Oh no, I get to roll.
Oh, I
Oh,
thought
you roll the.
Oh,
I
you
roll
roll.
the kid's roll. I
You-
forgot. It's my
You
favorite
went. You
part of the
looked
whole
off screen.
section.
We all thought that you were rolling.
Yes, man, you
It's been so long since I got to roll dice.
Dice.
Sorry, no, I was typing
Stop
up
yelling.
notes. I'm sorry. That was just suspense. It was totally suspense. It was on purpose. All right,
Not purpose.
3d6.
3d6.
You will never fucking believe what I just rolled.
Is it triple
More.
sixes?
That's triple three.
Three.
Oh boy.
Right after you went,
Oh.
I'm so good at this.
Oh my goodness. Oh.
Fuck.
Oh. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be a lot of fun. Okay.
Let's play up with you.
3. Beautiful. Kraken, right. Well, I suppose the person who's probably going to take the next longest to put their shit together. Ezra, talk to me about your prep
Hi.
for this mission.
Funnily enough, swear to God, right hand, like before Johnny started any of his prep, I was gonna ask you if I could find a high place to sit and watch.
Stunning.
Are you on the
want to
bell
do the
tower on the
tower
other
on the
side?
other side?
I'm on the
Yeah.
bell tower on the other side.
Yeah, absolutely. All right,
Yeah,
perfect. You want
with a
to
spyglass.
what do you want to roll me?
I guess survey. Unless I can get away with study.
I think you could get away with study.
Well, so first of all, just the first part of prep, I look over the plans that Natalia gave me. I know the layout.
Yeah.
So, what I want to know is how do I get in once I'm on the roof? And is there any better way than the roof? 'Cause that's what she suggested, but there might be a better way in.
That's very fair. Well, then roll me study and let's see what we can do. This is for scrutinizing details and interpreting evidence. So I think this can all fold
So
into...
yeah, that would be for the plans, and we'll do the bell tower stuff afterwards.
I think we can fold it all into the one thing.
Do it all into one
I'll
roll. That's
fold
fine
it
by
all
me,
into
yeah.
one roll.
So I have one dot. Does that mean just one dice?
That means one dice. Remember, you can push yourself, flashback, or ask for a devil's bargain.
Nah. I'm
Alright.
just gonna trust the dice. If I fuck up, I fuck up. That's a 1!
I love an all or nothing roll. I love an all or nothing roll. Oh. Again, I'm gonna say that this was done from a controlled position. I feel like there
controlled,
wasn't
yeah.
any. There's not any immediate danger to yourself from what you've done. So, yeah. Let's.
But I'm guessing I only just gleam like standard information on of what I see.
Well. Oh dear, where's my little? I've got a lovely little table here. That's what I want. Okay. 1 to 3. You falter. Press on by seizing a risky opportunity, or withdraw and try a different approach. Oh, I know exactly. Ezra.
Put me on the roof at the same time.
Ezra, I think that you... Correct me if I'm wrong. I think Ezra, one of his greatest weaknesses is thinking he knows better than other people.
Probably.
Yeah. I think you look at Natalia's plans Natalia's carefully drawn out and written observations, taken over multiple nights of careful spycraft. And I think you look at all of that and you go, she missed something. She missed something. Because what she missed is she just looked at the building from the outside. You know about the tunnels.
I was going to ask about the tunnels.
You could 100% get in through the tunnels.
Is there a tunnel, like, do I remember the map of the tunnels? Is there a link into these docks,
There's
into the warehouse?
Definitely links going out this way. You'd probably need to ask some of the wee guys that you made friends with to show you.
Yeah.
But there's 100% tunnels going out this way. So that
Awesome.
bypasses
Okay.
all of the problems.
Yeah.
Yeah. 100%. All right.
Absolutely.
I think that takes us to your engagement roll. So
Ask me the questions.
I will ask you the questions. So, first of all, is what type of score? Do you want me to remind you of the options?
Stealth.
Stealth.
I think it is just stealth. I am
Trespass,
just
unseen.
infiltrating, essentially.
I think so.
Yeah.
Your point of infiltration is the tunnels. That's absolutely fine.
Tunnels.
Lovely. In which case, is this operation particularly bold or daring? I think it is.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Pretty
so-
heavily armed.
Absolutely. It's just you going in. Although
Yeah.
this is also the kind of stuff that you used to do all the time. We're back to your kind of
Pretty
cat
much,
burglar
yeah.
days.
And I'm not trying to, like, take anything, so if I get spotted, I just flee, is my plan.
Alright, well then let's say no, it's not all that daring. You've got your 1D for luck, not
Yeah.
all that daring. I don't think it's
It's
overly
bold, but not...
Yeah, it's not overly complex, so we don't lose a dice for that.
No, I'm just in or out.
Yeah, does the plan's detail expose a
Hmm.
vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? We think yes.
If they don't know about the tunnels, I would say yeah, like...
Well, the problem here is that you rolled a 1 before, so you're not going to get
Yeah.
a dice for that. For a vulnerability or hitting them where they're weakest. You think that you are.
Yeah. Well, I wouldn't make my plan the tunnels until I can verify that it actually leads into that warehouse, because there'd be no
Yeah.
point.
Well, that comes us to the next
Yeah.
point. Can any friends or contacts provide any aid or insight to the operations? Are those
Tunnel
friends the
men.
tunnels? Absolutely. Are any friends or rivals interfering in the operation? You're not aware of it, but they are.
I don't know that, but
You don't know
yes.
that. So that dice disappears again.
Yeah.
So, Fraser, you have 1 dice. I shall roll.
1 dice.
1 dice.
Awesome.
Absolutely. You just need to roll better than Jay's 3 threes. In fact,
I'm gonna
I'll
roll
use
1 again.
I'll use a different dice just to be kind to you. In fact, I have
Just
a
in
lovely,
case, just in case,
I
yeah.
have a lovely shiny metal dice here, so I'll use that one for you.
It would be really funny if we all failed our engagement rolls and it just, like, went to absolute shit.
It would be the best thing.
Yeah.
Well, it is not to be, Fraser, you gold, a 4.
Hell yeah.
That is a success with a complication. And wonderfully, I already know what the complication is, and I ain't telling you. So,
Great.
absolutely wonderful. Let me just do. Engagement is stealth. The tunnels, and that was a 4. Fabulous, Artie.
Hello.
You've been invited by Underground Messenger to the warehouses by Councillor Matthias to do some business. Feel like there's any prep you need
Business
to do?
shan't done. Oh yeah, yeah. Like Oh, since the tunnels are under my control,
Yep.
I'm going to make sure that it's secure round about the docks. No one will get entry anywhere.
That seems like something you can just order. That's no problem to me.
Now, I would like to know what's going on around about the docks in terms of deliveries. I'm not going to look at the people that are going in and out. I want to see what's coming in and out of the dock.
So this is the thing. There's not, well, there have been some attempts. This, I think, is where Matthias needs your help. In fact, roll me for it. Roll me to get this information.
Am I rolling against anything in particular, or just roll?
You pick what you think is going to be best.
Consort.
Yeah, we're going to consort.
That is a 4.
A 4 in consort. Okay. I'm going to say that through conversations at the party, through things that Hart has said, through conversations you've had with your brother, you are aware that there is stuff at the docks and that people have been trying to move it. You really don't know if they've been successful, but you certainly know they've been trying.
Oh, I have an idea. It might upset things.
Go for it. Upset everything. Do it.
Oh, flashback.
Okay.
When Artie gets the notes asking him to attend the docks, he thinks, the docks are heavily watched right now. That's a bad idea. Why don't I get one of my tunnel people to arrange for Matthias to meet me down in a safe location so he may inspect the possible avenues he will be using?
Okay. So, right, so hang on. So just so I understand it, so after you met Matthias at the party.
After I got note from Matthias.
Right, well that's not a flashback then. That's what you're doing just now in prep.
Right, okay. Okay, prep then.
Okay. So
My apologies.
No, that's okay. So just the timeline is that you got the thing and you've got to be there tomorrow evening. And until then you've kind of got like a day to kind of figure it out, and you're thinking of like clearing like some demo tunnels to show Matthias after you've gone and met him at the...
No, I don't want to meet him at the docks. That's the thing. I want to arrange to meet him in the demo tunnels.
Okay. To show your product before he shows you his?
Well, he already knows about my product.
He does.
And I can show him a safe way to get to the product from his house.
Well, the product for you is the tunnels, is your
The
network.
tunnel. Uh-huh.
Okay, so basically you just want to show off on your way to the warehouse.
He already knows about it. We might as well be safe from watching eyes heading to the warehouse.
Okay, so essentially you are inviting Matthias to join you at your house and then traverse the tunnels to get to the warehouse. Okay. Okay. I mean, this very much feels like a... You know, like the kind of power move where, like, you invite a client to, like, a business meeting, and then on the day they changed the venue. So you're gonna need to roll me for this. Yeah, you're gonna need to roll me for this. Yeah. What you rolling?
I rolled a 5 on concert because I'm trying, or sway, sorry, because I'm trying to convince him.
Okay. Matthias agrees. The complication is that he doesn't fully trust you, so he brings some of his house guard with him to meet you.
As long as he can do that without the watch seeing, that's fine. Cool.
Alright. Okay. Right, so essentially, so now the plan is that tomorrow evening Matthias is going to arrive at your house. You are going to guide him through the tunnels to hit the warehouse. Essentially to be like, look how fucking good what I have to offer is. You really, really, really want me to be your friend. Delightful. Okay.
I see it's more a case of, I see you're aware of my product. I'm going to show you the demo of my product.
Okay.
Let us talk in your warehouse.
Alright.
Or on the way to your warehouse.
Yeah. Again, so essentially just strengthening your bargaining position.
Pretty much.
Yeah. Okay. I'm here for that. Right. Okay. Okay. Right. Well then, that sounds to me like we're ready to do your engagement roll. Okay. Right. So. I think that very much pins your one. You puts you down as a social engagement.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is about negotiating, bargaining, or persuading. The social connection is you've been invited. That's already all there. That's not a problem. Is this operation particularly bold or daring? No, you've been invited. Is it overly complex or contingent on many factors? No, you've been invited. Does the plan's detail expose a vulnerability of the target or hit them where they're weakest? I mean, you have essentially gone, you think you know how good my thing is. Boom, bitch. So maybe more of a shocking and awing than a vulnerability. But they're certainly not strong or have any special
I'm not showing
preparations
them all
against
of it.
your approach. Yeah. Well, I'll give you the extra D.
I'm
then
only showing the middle.
Yeah, I'll give you the extra D for friends and contacts because you are using your still forming transportation network. No one is currently interfering in your operation. Are there any elements you may want to consider? I feel like the wow factor is important here. So rather than giving you an extra dice, I'm going to give you increased effect on your engagement roll.
Okay.
Okay. So obviously still rolling from a risky position as is standard, but I'm going to give you 2 dice and increased effect. Let's see how we do. Okay. That is a 4 and a 3. So take the 4, which is a mixed success. But a strong mixed success. So the good is probably going to outweigh the bad. I think I know what your complication is. Funnily enough, I think your complication and Esra's complication are going to be best friends. Okay. Right. Now, I didn't go over this before, but what's everyone's load? Starting with Athan.
Tan's going light.
Lovely. Ezra.
Light as well.
Lovely. And Artie.
Need you ask?
Light. Okay. Oh, this is going to be a lot of fun. And if you want to see how fun, you're going to need to join us next time. We have been the Brothers Honey present Blades in the Dark. You should join us on Patreon for the after show, where we contemplate our crimes with joyful abandon. But of course, you can also find all of our streams on YouTube. There's a link tree in the bottom here somewhere with links to stuff. We have a Discord if you want to come say hi. Jay and I also stream on Fridays. At the moment we're playing Baldur's Gate 3. We may do other stuff in the future. Occasionally we just chat shit about D&D and TTRPGs. Jay is running games on Let's Play Games. Just play games? Let's play
Start
games.
playing dog games.
Start playing
dog games.
Start playing dog games. I know words. If you want to see how good a DMJ is, you should watch our City of Mist campaign that we played a couple years back. It was phenomenal. I had the best character death in anyone's game ever.
Spoilers.
It was great.
Spoilers, huh?
I know. Fucking watch it. You need to watch it now.
Really good. I was about as much of a chaos merchant as I in this game.
Yeah, I was gonna say Fraser
No,
just.
you were City of Mist.
I think I was significantly more, yes, at City of Mist.
I was gonna
Hey,
say.
Ezra hasn't had time to learn yet. This is only episode 6.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
have
and he's gonna
time
die in episode 7, so
we have time for more chaos. But yes, otherwise, if you must, you can perceive us on social medias. Jonathan Honey 4 on Twitter, at Chris Honey Actor on Instagram. Yeah, we're great. Did I miss anything?
Give us
Go
your
jump
money.
on Patreon. All our free shit's there.
Yeah, the Patreon. Come watch us on Patreon if you want to give us money. If you don't, you can still get every single piece of homebrew we've ever made for free on our Patreon, because we just want people to use us and tell us how good it is. Please. We just want validation.
Remember, if you wish to see how good the homebrew stuff is, please watch our Christmas special.
That is
Yes.
also true. We did, on YouTube,
Use some of that in
we
there.
did a Christmas special that Jay DM'd where we all played homebrew classes that Jay and I have come up with.
It's-
It's great.
It was fun, but there was so much psychic damage.
So much psychic damage. It was the
Me.
best.
As a real person.
Bruh.
Yep. But yes, so hopefully we will see you on Patreon for our After the Credits show, and y'all stay criminal out there. Don't get caught. Bye.
Bye.